Jason,
Tony.
have you seen him?
Yes, and it's you.
Animal Chin?
You're Animal Chin.
I'm Animal Chin. We are mirrored, doing inverts on the chin ramp, and we signed a few of these, and you can still get them.
10% off.
These might be the last two.
You
I don't
get
know.
10%
off for holidays.
Use the code HawkWolf. HawkWolf. Hey, check it out. You can also get skateboards. They come in a set. One's a skeleton Tony Hawk and one's a skeleton Jason Ellis. And we signed both of them. And you can get them for a discount as well for Christmas.
For holidays.
For holidays.
This could make a holiday gift if you have someone in your life that listens to our show or is maybe a fan of skateboarding, because we did this at great effort. We really did put a lot of effort into this.
I was scared for my life several times, yeah.
It took a lot. And so this is the fruit of that. And we signed him. And so we're proud of him. Hopefully you'll like him. Happy holidays, everybody. Did you ever skate?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Streets or?
Shit, streets. Just enough to keep up.
To keep up with the friends?
Yeah. Then I started doing music. I was like, y'all got it.
Did any of your skater friends do music?
Nah, not really. Nah, they was more like just skating and like doing videos and shit like that. Like they more did like camera shit, like editing and stuff like that. That's who I reached out to my skating partners for. Like,
so many skate filmers turned to that and
they're the
did
best.
well. Yeah, because they're nimble and they can edit quick and they
just got good ideas. They
and
good
keep
timing.
stuff in frame.
Yep.
Yeah, we kind of all transition.
I did some shit last night for like the stand-up comedy thing, and they wanted you to do like a 4-second video before, like, to post before you go up on stage. They had like a lighting and a camera guy. I was like, I'll do this like a spin kick, and they're like, cool. And they're like, so what's that? And I was like, I'll show you. And I did it, and he's like, I'll like walk the camera in towards you. And I was like, don't walk into my foot. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, okay, right here, don't go past there. He's like, what about if I come back and then I come in? I'm like, what about if you don't? And I could just tell, like, if I don't say anything, he will walk into my foot and I will boot his camera out.
I like
of
how
his
you
hand.
both trust that it's going to be that precise.
Yeah, well,
No, I don't mean you, of course.
spin kicks are perfect.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk.
Hey, Wiz Khalifa's here.
Yo,
Right here.
what up?
We've heard that we might get you as a guest, and we are so thankful it happened now.
I heard
so.
y'all wanted me as a guest.
Hell yes.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Legend.
Why not? Not why.
I was like bullshit.
Really?
Yeah, there have been times where it's like, he's coming, you sure?
Yeah. And then I heard you were here early, and I was like, definitely bullshit.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was the part that was bullshit.
That's right. Worth the wait. You're not that late.
It wasn't that bad.
You're not like rapper late.
Exactly. I got some friends who make people wait like a long ass time.
We might have had him on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you know who
I
I'm
think
talking
you know.
about.
I think we know exactly
I
what
think
we're
Who you
talking
talking about?
Lil Wayne.
Oh, he's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is
Weezy.
it? Is another one?
Oh yeah, I got a couple friends who are
Good for you.
Yeah, but Wayne showed up on time. He just stayed in his RV
Yeah,
for the
that's-
first 20, 30 minutes.
That's the same thing.
I mean, he was here on time, though.
No.
We thought he was going to be really late.
I got some dudes who'll make you wait like hours.
I did a shoot with Exhibit. I mean, this was a long time ago. But I got there on time.
X of the Z showed up late.
Oh, so late. So late. I mean, to the point where the photographer was like, well, I guess I could shoot you by yourself for a little bit, but it's supposed to be both of you guys.
Yeah.
And then he and I just sat talking for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then Exhibit shows up with 12 people.
Yeah.
He did a podcast with Johnny Knoxville, and it's Johnny's podcast.
Yeah.
And Johnny showed up late.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So you beat him to his own
There's just,
show.
there's no,
No, but it was like, what was it, like 40 minutes?
he was pretty late.
I'm
yeah.
ratting him out right now. I don't care. I don't answer to you, Johnny.
Well, no,
He
I
probably
think
thought
that-
you was gonna be late though.
No, dude, this guy is
No,
punctual. This is a super dad over here.
Yeah.
He picks
How
up
do you
kids
do
from
that?
school.
I think I at some point might have got embarrassed for being late to something, and then I
Yeah.
was just like, it's not happening ever again. And
I drop my kids off at the bus stop, but I'm like running red lights and like weaving around, like stopping in front of the bus to make sure that he can't get like past me.
But is that because they're late to get out of the house, or because you were late to leave?
It's everything, bro.
Right.
It's like
that's
late
it.
to leave. I try to be on time. Like I'll try to warm the car up and stuff like that. I'm really lenient though, so I'd be like, yeah, you got 5 more minutes. All right, yeah, you can do this, you can do that,
Yeah.
and then like we're like rushing at the end.
Yeah, I
It's-
get
it's-
that.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm like I could be more responsible.
It was responsible of you that you admitted it.
Yeah, for sure. For
there you
sure. I'm
go.
working on it, man. That just happened today. Like, I'm like letting them out in the middle of traffic. I'm like, don't get hit. Like, it's like running across a
I've had
busy
those
street
drives.
to get to.
Yeah, I know that. I know that vibe. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
my daughter used to just wait and to the last minute to get, and she would act like, "What time is it?" Like, come
Yeah.
on. You get your phone right there. You know what time it is. You know how long does it take? I was like, we've been driving to school for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes to school. And then she got her license. And then she had to be responsible to get up and go. Mm-hmm. And she was super late one day, and that scared her straight.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, her alarm goes off every 5 minutes
Oh,
now.
so I gotta wait till he gets his license then.
to be responsible for that, yeah.
Man, I'll beat my kids if they get late. I'm joking. What, just because I look like this, it's believable? Shut up. I'm allowed to say I threaten my children. I've never hit anybody, but I'm like, you better get your shit going.
Yeah.
And then they get going. Because they have the same affliction that I have where they're in another world while they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like just, I'm like, hey. And they're like, what?
You gotta
I'm
snap
like,
them
what were
into
you
it.
doing right
Yeah.
now? Oh, I was getting my shoes on. Didn't look like it. Looked like you were traveling in space, if you
Oh, no,
ask
it
me.
used to be the minute we were supposed to be out the door. She knew when we had to leave.
Right.
Katie, yeah? Like, what do you mean, yeah?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, what could it be?
Yeah, what could I possibly be asking you right
Yeah,
now? Or
yeah.
saying?
I packed my son's bag for him. I'm like, bro, you ain't got no excuse. I
Yeah.
already put your shit in there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's good.
Yep.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
your
how
ass
old
in
is
the
he?
truck. He's 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yep. So he's in what, 6th grade now.
Oh, awesome.
Middle
How's
school.
that been?
It's cool, but it's like he's my first son. I got a daughter. She's 4 months, so she's a newborn.
Oh, wow.
So my son is like my first one.
Those are the only two?
Yeah, those are the only two.
Oh, that's a big spread.
Yeah, it is, but it's cool though. I enjoy it, but it's like a lot of the shit that I'm going through with him, is because he's my first son.
Yeah.
So it's like that's who I first became a parent with. So it's like with school, I didn't know that I was gonna be back in school again. Like nobody fucking told me that. Like nobody told me like, yo, you're gonna have 12 more years of school because he's in school. Because I have to get him there.
Yep.
I have to check his work. I have to act like I know what the work is. And basically, his schedule is my schedule. Like I have to go to bed early to make sure that I can wake up, at a decent time. All of that shit.
But
So,
it's really telling that you embrace it like that.
yeah,
Because a lot of people don't. They just
Yeah.
think they can still live their own
yeah.
selfish life.
No, I don't think that's possible at all.
I think that's really telling that you're involved.
Yeah, I think like in my head, like I just see them like kicking him out on the street, and like I don't want to be the reason for that. So it's like,
He can still blame you.
yeah, for sure. So it's like, if I could do everything that I can to, try to make him, instill these things, and then send him out there to do it. But for now, like it's a huge responsibility. But it's not a bad thing. I just never knew that shit.
Yep.
So now I know.
My kid said fucking when he was little, and everybody thought it was me. I was like, he didn't get that from me, but everyone just assumed because it wasn't fuck,
Yeah.
it was fucking. And I was like, because I grew up, I got stepbrothers, and my stepmom was always on me for being a bad example. So I had two different me's. I'll say fucking on the streets, but when I'm around them, I cannot say it. I got it on lock. So when I had kids, I was even more. I didn't say that shit. He got it off YouTube. Don't fucking blame me. But there's the other, because I look like an asshole. Soccer games. If my son ever like was rough.
Oh, people give you side
I would
eye.
just see the whole like both parents from both sides looking at me, and I'm like,
he did get that from you.
He trying to get the ball.
He
like,
got that from you.
Don't be a bitch. You know?
Yeah, see, he got it from you.
Yeah. He was a good player. Hey, you fight, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I seen you.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
What made you get into that?
Just walked into a gym, then just started fucking around.
For fitness, or you were like, I'm looking to...
Shit, I didn't have any goals for real. Like, I just walked in there. I was like, yo, just sign me up. Like, what do y'all do? And the first thing was like, you know, some crazy warm-ups and shit. And I thought I was done after the warm-up. Like, I had thrown up and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, well, you still got some weight training to do. So I did weights, and then they were like, all right, now you got to get on the mat and do striking. And
Yeah.
like, you ever, you know, throw the hands before? I'm like... You know, everybody says, like, yeah, I took karate when I was a kid. Like, yeah, well, fuck all that.
Those are my favorite people to beat up.
Yeah, exactly. Who the ones who took karate when they were kids.
I've had a lot of bar fights. I'm like, yeah, good.
Yeah, so that means you don't know shit.
Yeah.
And that was me. You know, but I just started to, like, kind of just fuck with it, like, you know what I mean? It was like the sense of community and just the routine of it and all of that.
Muay Thai, right? You seem
Muay
to
Thai.
be more into that.
Yeah, hell yeah. So it was more about like, you know, just finding a place that I really enjoyed myself, like other than doing music.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed myself, like going to the gym and learning, and it just became like a lifestyle type thing.
I seen video. You got good, like, and surprised. Like, I don't know how good of a skater you were, but you got good, like. Your striking is good. You got good, like, hand-eye coordination. It's sharp.
Hell yeah. I'm an athletic dude, and like I pick up shit really fast.
Right. Makes
it's
sense.
like I'm tall and linky, so it's like I got my own little style of how I do things.
Yeah, I hate you guys. You guys are the worst.
It's like
I'm nowhere.
Exactly, bro.
You can't kick anybody. Shut up.
I just said tall. I heard tall and lanky. I heard the call. Call to arms.
I will smash you. Shut up. Nah, long guys are where I'm like, he ain't anywhere near me. I'm good. And then he kick me in the leg, and I'm like, how your head is like 10 feet away from me. How does that work?
Yeah, I've hit guys from across the room.
Yeah.
How long you been doing it?
7 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going hard. I've been consistent too, 5 days a week.
5 days a week? Mm-hmm. Check you out.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm going in.
Man, 5 days a week. I need a nap 5 days a week.
Yeah, I can't even skate 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You do skate. What are you talking about?
No, if you watch Instagram, you'd think that, but it's not happening like that. Oh, damn, I gave it away.
Yeah, you did.
Cut that.
You wear the same T-shirt.
Yeah.
I've been working on this trick for like an hour. Bullshit. It's like 6 months, same T-shirt.
I did a video for my 50th birthday. It was 50 tricks.
Yeah.
Like 50 tricks that I created, but I wore the same outfit the whole time. People are like, dude, you did that all in one day? I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
All in one half a year.
Yeah, exactly. I did it in one day.
Counts. Totally counts.
Try it.
How do you work out when you're on the road?
My trainer will usually send me like the workout and shit.
Okay.
Like I'll travel wherever I'm going, whatever the time zone is, try to just work it out to where like either daytime or nighttime. Mm-hmm. And then he'll just send me whatever the workout is. Like we do different muscle groups throughout the week and shit. So he'll be like, Monday is this day or Tuesday is that day.
And that's still 5 days a week.
Yeah. Yep.
What about hitting mitts on the road?
I do that too. Like I just try to find whoever is like.
You go to a gym?
Yeah, I go to the gym.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, hell yeah.
People gotta be psyched when you go. Hey,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's super chill. Like it's like I said, it's community.
The community, right?
Yeah, so it like just brings another side to it. And it's just fun. It's like you get to like really fuck with like real people and like getting hit and shit like that. You know what I mean? It takes like a lot away from it. Like most people don't want to hit you that hard or like do too much to you. And then some people try to kill you.
Yeah.
So it's like it just
like
depends on where you go. Yeah.
It's like in flex, like.
Yeah, because there's people that have been in it a long time, and like he's saying, the community where they're like, oh, you want to get some work in? Let me help you get some work in. And then there's people go, oh, it's Wiz Khalifa. If I hit him, I'll tell somebody later on that I hit him. So that's what I meant. There's two different people out there, but there are most of us are like, you want to get some work?
Yeah, just chill.
Give you some work.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The better they are, the safer you are.
Exactly.
Right.
If it's somebody who's kind of good and wants to show you that he might be better than he is, that guy's trouble.
Yeah.
And now a word from our sponsors. Feeling nostalgic about this year's holiday meals you're cooking? This holiday season, use Ibotta to get cash back on groceries so you can make sure you're getting all of the ingredients you need to make your favorite holiday meal magical.
Ibotta is a free app that lets you earn cash back every time you shop. You can earn on hundreds of items from groceries to toys to tech.
The average Ibotta user earns $256 per year. Think about how much extra holiday magic you can make this season with more room in your budget.
You can save on over 2,400 brands and shop at over 1,000 retailers, including your favorite grocery stores, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora. I love Sephora. I love being in the line at Sephora where I'm like, wait, I got a face mask, but wait, I need another face mask and chapstick. Nah, chapstick with that flavor? I didn't even know you had that. Best Buy, let's get some TVs, baby, and more. Right now, Ibotta is offering our listeners get $5 just for trying Ibotta by using the code HAWK. It's fair enough. He's bigger. Just go to the App Store or Google Play Store and download the free Ibotta app to start earning cash back and use the code HAWK. That's Ibotta, Ibotta, in the Google Play or App Store and use the code KAKA, which is also known as HAWK, HAWK. That's how you spell it.
Listen up, renters. If you ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air, it's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where Built Rewards comes in.
Built is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every month, pay your rent and watch Built points roll in. Use points to jet off to dream vacations. Put your points toward a flight or a hotel. Stay with 500 plus airlines and 700,000 plus hotels and properties.
You can also use your points to book fitness studio classes, redeem them toward a future rent payment. They're designed to meet your lifestyle. Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Built points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate.
Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to join built.com/hawk.
That's JOINBILT.com/hawk.
Make sure you use the URL so that they know we sent you, mate. Join built.com/hawk. Start earning points with your rent payments today. Back to the show.
Yeah, my son, my oldest son does jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Actually,
good.
a couple of my kids do jiu-jitsu.
they all
One
do.
just won a big event.
He's a world champion.
Nice.
He's a white belt, but he won world
Hey,
champion.
bro, some people
He
are
won
white
the
belts
event
for like
in
3
Los
years
Angeles,
and
world
shit.
champion.
Just because you're white belt don't mean you don't know shit.
Yeah,
But
right.
they
You
love-
be right about to go
I know,
fucking
he
graduate.
knows the deal. This guy's at a blue belt where I'm like, you are not a blue belt. You are a black belt who's a bitch. Like, just put on the black belt. Stop ducking.
Just phoning it in.
Yeah, no, there's blue belts where I'm like, this guy is a killing machine. And he's like, yeah, I win blue belt championships because I won't
I won't
accept
move up.
another belt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm scared of blue belts more than black belts. Black belts, at least if you get caught, they'll like let you out. Blue belts will rip your shit off.
I forgot. Riley moved up. I can't remember who he is.
Is he a brown belt yet? He might be, man. He's
Yeah,
putting in work.
I think he is. But he likes going when we travel. He likes to go check out the local.
Oh, yeah.
The local gyms. That's his thing.
Whenever I do that, I tell everybody because of my skateboard injuries. I go, hey man, like let's roll. Just this one. Don't pull this one, and don't pull this one, and we're good. And they're like, cool. And then if anyone gets near it, I don't do because my skateboard mentality wants to be like, I wiggle out of it. You know what I mean? I just go,
No, hell no.
No,
Don't
I
even
don't
get
need to
close.
wiggle. You
Yeah.
got me. You might have got me. I don't care. Like, let's just call it. Please don't pull my knee.
Yeah.
Please.
Did you have any injuries?
Man, I threw my back out like last year, I think it was, bro. I got like a slip disc. That was the worst shit ever, bro.
How do you get the disc?
Not fucking stretching and, doing, I think I was doing some back squats or something like that. And I just.
Was it instant? Like instant
Oh,
pop?
yeah, it was right away. Like, I knew something was wrong. And then I was in the bed for like 8 weeks because they wanted to do surgery. And I just did physical therapy and like toughed it out and shit.
And it
like
slipped
that.
back in.
It eventually went down. Like, yeah.
I hate when you hurt your back and it's like I just want someone to crack it back in.
Yeah.
But it's never. It's
never that.
It's like
it's not,
physiotherapy, and I'm like, I don't want I don't want to put tape on my back and you massage and bullshit.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah. And then like slowly it happens, but you don't get I want the pop, and I'm like, we're good.
That's the Hollywood version.
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Because that shit fucking hurt.
It happened one time.
It did happen to me once too.
See, it
Your
can
back
be
went out
done.
or you got popped.
No, got popped.
I did what you did. I was actually in the middle of an air trick. I did Stalefish. Never forget. NC YMCA did Stalefish. We were doing like a private VIP demo for a bunch of donors there, and it popped midair. I'm like, froze. Had to land. Went across the flat bottom, and then fell onto the deck at the other side like a bug. Like just stuck there. And
were you
same
old
thing.
already?
What's that?
Were you
yeah,
old
in my
already?
30s.
Yeah.
That's old, right? I mean, not anymore, but it felt like we were old back then. Now
did.
we're really old.
But now we're changing.
But
That's when
same
that shit
thing where-
starts happening, yeah.
Same thing where I went to the chiropractor and he's just like, "Oh man, he'll try," but and then I kept going for a couple weeks, and one day I felt it move.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like suddenly everything's cool, but I could tell that was what it was needed.
Right.
And then it healed real quick.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
Did you get it adjusted like
I
that?
got adjusted a couple times, but I couldn't even fucking move like my leg. My shit was just fucked up. I couldn't like fully extend or stand up.
No, can't go downstairs or anything.
It was horrible, dog. Like it was the worst shit ever. So it was like a real little like process getting back. But like you said, you know, I just stuck with it and kept doing like the body work and shit like that. But I had never had an injury like that before. So for me, I didn't know if I just chilled out and just, you know what I mean? Sat still for a while, I get better. I was still trying to do shows. I was still trying to
I was gonna say, did you have to cancel stuff?
Eventually, man, because I couldn't fucking move. Like, it got fucked up. It was bad. Yeah. I don't
do
wish
it
that
from
on
a
anybody.
bed or a couch, but that's not really very good, is it?
What, a show from the bed?
Yep. That's a
Yeah,
bad
fuck
idea.
it. I've seen they got some.
What's that
dudes.
big guy?
Dave Blunt's.
Yeah.
He's sitting down.
You see
on
the guy? He
stage.
got an oxygen mask on.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I've seen it.
holy shit,
He
dude. Are
just
you sure
chilling.
you want to perform? Like, you might need to go to hospital right now. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'll do the Dave Blunts for sure.
That's a guy that loves his craft, you know?
Is that the guy that Snoop keeps putting on blast?
Yeah.
And then he came back at him while performing with oxygen bottle. I'm like, how's that a comeback? Like, that's not a touche, motherfucker. That's a lose-lose. Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm like, look at you.
Snoop's so cool. He would just sit down and just smoke with that dude or something, bro. Like he
That
ain't
dude
tripping
shouldn't
on that
smoke.
shit. Well, he could put it through the oxygen tank.
He probably would.
Yeah. It's a different way to get it done right there. Wow.
So you got a new album,
Yeah, Kush and Orange Juice
Kush and
too.
Orange Juice too.
Mm-hmm. It's coming out next year.
When did the original one come out?
The original came out, I think, 13 years ago.
So that's right when you moved to LA, pretty much.
It was right before I moved
before,
to LA.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember I put the album out, and then I went on tour for about 2 years, and I came out here, and I got a crib, but I was like moving around so much, I was never even in the house. So yeah, it was around that time. I was just traveling a lot, like hanging out with my friends, and this was like during the mixtape era.
Yep.
Where mixtapes were like they're just independent little projects that we put together, and it's just like you and your homies, and you know, you get people who make beats, and like I said, I had my friends who shot videos and stuff, so we just put all that stuff together ourselves, and it ended up being like a really, really classic mixtape, and like something that defined, you know, a lot of moments for the people who listened to it at that time, especially for like our culture of like just chilling, smoking weed, vibing out. It was just a different pocket for hip hop and like, you know, rap music for our age group. So, you know, being that I did that, and that there's a whole new generation of like weed smokers and positive thinkers, and, you know, even me being at the level that I'm at, like being a dad and a businessman and just somebody who sees the game from a different perspective, I wanted to, you know, revisit that legend one time and just have the same amount of fun that I had while I was making that now. So I just wanted to redo it.
Do you feel like this one is an extension of the last one, or do you feel like it's a whole new thing?
I don't feel like it's an extension of it. I think it's a whole new thing because I'm at a different place in my life.
Yep.
And I'm enjoying it and I'm having so much fun. And that's really what it was all about, was just like being in the moment and making the best out of it. Like a lot of that stuff was just really current for the time that it was. So, you know, it's just a really big focus point of mine to have the same amount of fun but keep it current. I don't have to redo or relive anything. I can, you know, have the same enthusiasm about what's going on now.
That's so great.
Yeah,
I mean, just that you can evolve like that. You don't have to just play the hits.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, when I go out, I'm going to play the hits.
Sure, yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be this,
yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
redux of the
some
other
artists,
one.
like, they're like so hell-bent. They're like, don't, you know, if I do 45 minutes, I'm not going to do the hit. I'm like, no, bro, you're going to get Black and Yellow. Like, you're going to get Weed and Boys. But I like to do newer shit, too, because I like to keep the legacy going. And if it catches on and if it hits, then cool. And if I got to move on to the next one, I'm always going to be consistently, you know, doing some new shit and trying some shit.
Do you ever play Thuggin' when you're on tour?
Damn, Thuggin'. That's off of what, Cabin Fever?
Yeah. The reason I asked is when it came out, my kids actually were like, hey, Wiz Khalifa shouted you out in the song. And then I went and looked it up. It's not your verse.
Yeah.
It's Chevy.
Yeah.
Chevy Woods, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that, even though it's
no
by
doubt,
proxy.
Man.
But just wondering if you're singing it.
We'll bring it back
good?
for you.
Feels good, yeah. It's fucking cool.
I'd be pretty pumped on that.
It was amazing, yeah. Yeah, are you kidding me?
I'm like, but you're that dude. Like, everybody shouts you out. There you go. Yeah,
some do,
yeah.
but not at your caliber.
You're
and I
awesome.
appreciate
Just
it.
deal with it.
I dig it. I still don't really understand the verse that much, but it's cool.
You just heard your name and go, I think it's a good thing. It is, for sure.
Yeah, like skate through.
Dude, I did stand up. I got a joke
Yeah.
about him, talking about how good he is, and then I just say, like, but between you and me, he ain't that good anymore. And everybody, because he's such a god, like, and it's usually, I'm at a comedy club, nobody skates, but they all know who he is, and they all know that he is this guy.
Yeah.
And just me saying that I don't think he's that good anymore, everybody thinks it's hilarious because
Right.
they're like,
Anyway, that's
did
true.
you just say that?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I fucking said that. And I just read last night when I said it, it was the first time it's ever like filmed. And I go, oh shit.
Oh, you got to change your joke now.
This one's actually filmed and he will see. Because usually I say,
Oh, no,
if you tell him, I'll be like, no, I didn't, dude. You're the best. I'll always say that. But now it's documented. I was like, you suck.
You've
You're not
told
that
me
good.
that you've done that joke many times.
Yeah, to you, because it's very satisfying for me to say to you
I know.
that you suck.
It's not like it was some secret. But what I'm saying is, now that aired, you have to switch up your routine.
I got more shit for you, don't you?
I knew it. I knew it.
Just pulled your back out in the middle of a trick. That's pretty ridiculous.
20 years ago.
20 years ago, he wasn't even old. That's how bad he is. Man, I'm writing it right now.
Watch out. Don't tell him too much. He'll write you in.
I'm not fucking with him. I've seen him do Muay Thai. Fuck that.
Do you already have a tour plan for the new album?
Nah, not yet. We're still getting it all together. We want to drop the album, and I want to do like some intimate shit too. Like, I like to do like smaller rooms before I go on a big tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just to, like, you know, give people an experience.
Do you create a big stage show?
Yeah, I don't go too crazy with the stage show though, because I'm one of those smart artists who likes to make more money.
Yeah, I was going to say make money.
Yeah.
I was on the other side of that. We had a tour with 13 trucks.
Uh-huh.
And we
That's a
filled
lot.
the entire arena floor with ramps.
He's a stupid artist.
Yeah,
over
you had
here.
to sell out to even break even. But
Like, try to get some money. Yeah, we
Yeah.
doing merch, we doing meet and greets, we doing all of that. But I do a nice, I like to say, state of the art. You know what I mean? I always go for the most like cutting edge, like technology and shit, like the newest of the new. And then the team that I work with, we're really good at designing stuff that fits in different rooms, because sometimes the production like that artists do is just built for like, you know, a massive stadium. But if you go to like fucking Arizona or something like that, you might not be able to fit everything in there. So, you know, you end up having to dumb your set down and like do shit, and it kind of just takes away from the overall production. Like, somebody in Atlanta got a better show than somebody in Pittsburgh did. You know what I mean?
But you know that beforehand, right? Or do you find that out sometimes?
As an artist, you don't really know that. You
Okay.
just think like, I want a fucking spaceship. You know what I mean? You don't think that there's venues in London that can't hold your spaceship. And then when you got to do your show without your spaceship, you're fucking pissed. But it's like, you know, we couldn't fit the damn thing in here. So
that is a conundrum.
yeah, like where's
Man,
my
I cannot fit my
spaceship?
spaceship in today.
I am
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah, right.
I'm having a bad day. I couldn't fit my spaceship.
You
Yeah.
gotta call David
In the
Blaine
arena.
or some shit, get him to fucking make it pop.
Yeah, so to avoid that, we just do a decent sized spaceship that fits everywhere.
That's the compromise.
Oh man, a decent sized spaceship.
And now a word from our sponsors. Jason,
Tony?
80% of men will experience hair thinning in their lifetime.
Wow, I feel sorry for those
Hair
people.
thinning. That's 8 out of 10. That's 4 out of 5. You get five men, and 4 of them experience it. It's a lot. It's normal. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be your fate. Get ahead of it with Nutrafol, a clinically tested hair growth supplement for men.
Yeah, don't be mean. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. With Nutrafol, building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescriptions or doctor visits required. Free shipping and automated deliveries ensure you will never miss a day. See results in 3 to 6 months. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are physician formulated using 100% drug-free ingredients. Their patented technology provides consistent, reliable results without compromising your sex life, which I could take either way. It's fine.
I'm guessing you don't compromise.
I try not to.
Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter the promo code
Hawkwolf.
Find out why over 4,500
healthcare professionals and hair stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair.
Yep, Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, and enter promo code
Hawkwolf.
Go.
Type it in. Use the code Nutrafol.com/men, promo code Hawkwolf.
Great.
Back to the show. Why don't you bring
Medium
a spaceship
size.
to the demo, man? That'd be
Because
cool.
I don't have Wiz Khalifa's budget
Oh yeah, that's good.
anymore.
Yeah.
There was a day.
Yeah. Man. Well, next time.
Yeah, and we're
budget-
still doing dirty ass skate demos.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
at
I
its
was
core.
there.
Yeah,
My
you know
bad.
what it's like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm there. That's
Parking
how bad
lots.
it is. Yeah.
We moved at some point. We moved from doing the demos in the Six Flags parking lots to doing the demos in the Six Flags.
All right.
So that there was an upgrade, but it was still just
It's still
a half
like-
pipe. And,
But when you were bringing up doing it in a small venue, I feel like if you're lucky enough to be in there, it is a better show.
It is.
Like, because you get to kind of see what you're really doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're in a giant stadium and you're way back, like,
Right.
you see the screen, but, like, I can see you on TV, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, when I'm up close and I see, like, everybody, what they're doing,
Yeah.
it's a way, better experience. Same with skateboard demos. Like, if it's a big sea of people, like, if I'm in the demo, it's cool because I'm like, whoa, look at these, like, it's, amps you up because you're like, holy shit, there's a lot of people. Like, I'm going for broke today, but the same thing still counts. Like, one person, you motivate one person, inspire one person, and when you're in these little, like, he's like, his era is before my era, so he came to Australia and did a demo where I was like, holy shit, did he just do that? And it
Right.
was. There wasn't a lot of people. I've seen demos where there's a lot of people, but I've also been to skate parks where it was a couple hundred, or even like a place I was lucky to go to where nobody knew he was going, but I knew the people that knew shit. So I was there, and then he shows up, and it's like 10 of us and 8 of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the like life-changing experience
Yep.
where I'm watching them. I could probably do that over there, and I'm like, oh shit, that's how he thinks about it. Like, and it's like it's like way more memorable.
Yeah, it's more intimate. I think like bigger shows, like especially with music or even what you're talking about, it's like it's just more for the production and shit.
Yeah.
Like you say, it gets you hyped up. It's like all of the people, and you get to see like sparks flying and all of that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like when it's intimate, you know what I mean? You get to hear each instrument.
Right.
And you get to, you know, really hear the words, or like they might talk a little bit more, segue in between shit, or do songs that they don't do like everywhere else. You
And
know?
they're gonna see you, like you see them, they see you. It's like a whole different thing when the artist is like, I see you, I appreciate you being here, and you're like, me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or if you're in a sea of people, you're like, hey, like he might be looking at me. I don't know, I can't see from here.
Just from an artist standpoint, when we do those big arenas, we're just trying to get the fuck off the stage. Yeah, like we love it, but we're just trying to like hit our marks. And be like, back to my dressing room because we got another show the next night. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
like,
Is it because there's so many shows in a row, or is it just the pressure of how many people are there?
It's usually, for me, it's because there's so many shows in a row, and it's because I want to do it the right way. So when it goes according to plan, it's like, that's a win.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to necessarily even fucking kill it. I just made it. Like, you know what I mean? And then there's some nights where you're like, oh shit, like blah blah blah, I'm gonna really go hard. But it's not possible to go out there and give your all for fucking 60 shows or for 45 shows or however many. You have to like pace that shit.
Yeah.
So the majority of the time it's like, okay, thank you guys, good night. And then it's like, you know what I mean? The next shit is the next night. But the more intimate shows, you care a lot more. Like, you're like, these people are here, or I'm in this city, or I'm at this venue that's this legendary, or, you know, I got this band that's playing with me. So it just makes it more of an experience for everybody.
Is it a tough learning experience when you start doing these bigger places where, because like to us, when we did skateboard demos where it got way bigger, we were like, oh shit, like this is the biggest demo of my life. And then you go all out, and then there's another one tomorrow, and then another one and another one. Like you said, you started to pace yourself, but you only learned that because at the start of these, you were going hard straight, like every one, right?
I think for me, I really didn't even have a concept of like what was going on, because I was just traveling so much and doing so much shit, to where I would be in London for 2 weeks, then I would be in Hawaii, then I would be in, I didn't know like the trajectory of everything and how it was happening. So that's how I learned the difference between festivals and my own shows as well. Like, you could be doing festivals and they could be huge crowds, and then you have your own crowd that you have to bring as well. And some artists, they get used to a festival crowd because it's like 50 or 100,000 people there. And when they get to their crowd, they're like, well, why am I only selling this many amount of tickets?
Yeah.
Well, that's because that's how many tickets you can sell.
Right.
So it helped me focus on my brand and knowing who my audience is and what my actual show looks like and what I could bring to the table. So, like, a lot of that time I was just working for other people, and then when I started doing my own tours, then I started to realize, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you save money. This is what time we load in. This is, you know,
Smaller spaceship.
Yeah, small
That's pretty
spaceship.
astute, though,
Yeah,
to actually have that understanding and that approach when things are blowing up to the point where you're like, woo, what's up? Here we go.
Yeah, we were partying like a motherfucker, but we were also like counting money at the end of the night too.
Yep.
We were like, hold on, we was like, we're doing some shit here. So we got business managers, and we started, you know, just hiring people in the touring game that had nothing to do with the music industry, but just had to do with touring, and just started learning that side of the business. And that's what really, really, you know, expanded everything for me.
Do you remember the moment when you realized that it was going beyond just clubs? Or say
it was my
1,500?
first tour. It was called the Wake and Bacon tour, and I went on that tour, and I sold out every night. And
how big were the venues?
Probably like the biggest one was probably like 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time I had no record deal, so I was doing that straight off of YouTube.
Wow.
But yeah, so you know, we were going to towns and selling out, and like that was big for me because nobody knew why I was selling so many tickets. There were label people who had artists that they were working at radio and spending budgets on, and they couldn't come close to doing a show like that for them just for their artists, with their artists performing 45 minutes. Like they would have like one song that they could do at maybe like a car show or something like that. But like they were coming out to see me, and I'm shutting shit down, and like people are smoking weed, they're passing out, they're singing every word. So that helped to like just spread the legend of Wiz Khalifa. Like, yo, this dude is really like the shit to his crowd. Like they fuck with him, they love him.
And then it jumped from there.
Yeah, after that, well, there was like stages to it. So at first I was the kid with one song performing at the car show.
Right.
And then YouTube happened, and then I started to sell out on my own. And then that's when I reapproached, signing a major deal. And was like, all right, cool, I have something to bring to the table, but I'm going to do it exactly how the fuck I want to. Y'all have to leave me alone. You can't tell me shit. You can't tell me who you want me to work with. You can't tell me what song you want me to push. You can't tell me when to drop or any of that. And they were like, fine, we love you. Like, we ain't even got to have this argument. And this was Julie over at Atlantic, and everybody who worked there, Kaiser, Craig, all of them, they really just believed in my movement. And then, so immediately after selling out all of those tours, I went and made Black and Yellow. And just from the buzz of everything that was happening at that time, and I was still releasing mixtapes throughout that, which was rare because most artists who get their deal, they just stop and then just focus on the label.
But the mixtapes were outside the label?
Yeah, they were outside the label. All my videos were outside of the label.
But were they cool with that?
Yeah, they were like, we want you to like keep doing exactly what you're doing, because it made their job easy. They didn't have to do shit. Like they did literally.
But it kind of shifts their focus, because then they're going to rely more on the live shows than the music sales, right?
That's where it kind of like it all came together, because in those days everything was physical. So it all translated, the live shows, the ticket sales, it translated into physical album sales. And it translated into, just a massive like frenzy of people like Googling my name and wanting me on their shows and wanting me to do stuff here and wanting me to do stuff there, just based off of my popularity in other areas. So it was like promotion that the label had never seen before, that they never used, but they use now. Of course. It's like social media, that. It was the beginning of that. Yeah.
What a great pocket that you fell into there.
It was so sweet.
But you created it.
It was so awesome, and it worked so good for me, because it was like, it's just the artist. It's all dependent on the artist. Yeah. That was the dream come true for me. And then I had the major label push, and Black and Yellow went #1. I think it was the song and the Steelers winning at the same time. So I couldn't I wasn't like,
it's the perfect storm.
I wasn't like making the Steelers win. Like they was doing it on their own. Like, you know what I'm saying? So every time they score a touchdown, fucking Black and Yellow comes on.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
I'm like, sweet. Perfect.
Yeah.
So it was just a perfect.
You must have gone to games then.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, in those days.
Yeah, I mean, like not a lot of the games. I was more into music and shit. So like back in the day, like I was just really into music. Like I was always in the studio. But after that, yeah, it's like fucking Towel Wave, Halftime, fucking Pierogi Race, all of that shit. Yeah.
That's so big.
All right.
I love it.
Do labels usually try to control when you get bigger? Like will they say one thing and do another, or is that like you guys are?
I think they kind of tell you like exactly. They won't say one thing and do another. They'll promise you a bunch of shit and won't deliver.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of the same thing.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah.
You seem like you kind of already knew before you got in that was like you saying like, don't tell me to push this. Don't tell me. You said that from the get-go. Yeah,
well, I had a record deal before. I was signed to Warner Brothers, and it was a single deal. And it was a single with an option for the album. So where it's like, if the single does really good, then we'll let you release an album. Yeah. And the single did really well, but they didn't release my album. We didn't even make an album. And I don't blame them, because like there was no hint at what that shit would have sounded like, what it would have done, who the audience was, or anything like that.
But were you pushing for it?
As a kid, yeah, I was pushing for it. But that's one of those things where it's like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, so it was way better that it didn't happen. So like older, I'm looking at it like, I'm glad that happened how it did. Right. But being young, it was like, okay, fuck, like what's the next move? You know, I'm ready. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I just kind of was just playing my part, really. Like I would go to all the sessions that they set me up for. I would stay in all the hotels that they got for me. I did all of the radio that they wanted me to do, and that's what I really learned the most is like the importance of like the relationships with the DJs and the marketing and all of the other departments of the people who really, really work your music. I always had great relationships with them and maintained my relationships with them from what I learned by working at Warner. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't such a negative thing. Like I learned a really, really good part of the music game that turned me into a strong business person.
Did you feel like you made any mistakes during that time?
Hell no.
No?
No, I did everything right. They fucked it up. Wow. They fucked it all up.
We had to get that attitude.
I cannot say that.
I'm just glad that all my mistakes were made before YouTube existed. Most of them.
Nah, I'm a good kid, man. Like I might like party and shit.
I don't mean that kind of thing. I just mean like the music you were gonna release or decisions.
Yeah,
you make.
like I did everything from the heart, and like I was growing as an artist, and I truly like really didn't find myself until I started like putting myself out there, and it forced me to be like, awkward, a little funny, a little goofy, a little bit, all the things that people love me for. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't give a fuck now because nobody can tell me like how to act or who I am. Like I know what people love from me. So if I do anything other than that, they're gonna look at me crazy. So I gotta be me. Like
you're compromising your values.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna know right away.
You think sometimes when an artist starts coming up, the labels, when they start to get a hold of them, they'll start to push that they should be something else that they're not?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. The labels really just go off of what's like popular.
So they're like, hey, you should, you know what, this is happening right now. You should start to like be 100%. Like that. And if you don't have the confidence to stay true to yourself, and it's like they're floating money, you're like, oh, okay, well then I'll write something more similar to that if you think, and then you're fucked.
It's confidence, and it's like you trust these people too, because you don't want to look at somebody who's like, you don't want to walk in somebody's office who's got like platinum records all over, like some some you don't know, and be like, this dude's a dumb piece of shit. Like, if they tell you to write a song, you'd be like, oh, maybe I should listen to them because they got all of this shit. Yeah. But like, literally, this motherfucker don't know shit. He just has these things on his walls. He don't create none of them.
Wow.
He's just in the way when it happens. And and the people who can actually do shit, you'll meet them and you'll know exactly who they are and you'll see them doing stuff.
Yep.
But there's a lot of motherfuckers who will give you horrible advice, and you'll just, listen to it just based off of respect. But I stopped respecting them motherfuckers, and that's when I really leveled up.
Yeah, they're just stuck in their cycle of the same approach.
They cool, but they just like us, man. Like they're super duper cool. I don't have nothing against them, but they're just like us. They're just trying to come up with the next fucking idea.
Yeah.
Man, I had that in radio when I did a show with him, and then I did a show by myself, and it got real big. Like one of the bigger shows on Sirius XM. They're a big corporate organization. And then I had people go, you know what you should do? And I had this confidence from skateboarding where I was like, I already know how to do shit. And I know the reason the show's big is because of me. I did this. And I would say to them, like, how's your show doing?
Right.
And they'd be like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you know what I should do with my show, where's your show? Or did you have a show that I'm not aware of that was really big at one point? No? Well, then shut the fuck up. Like, maybe I should just keep doing what I'm doing because you're talking to me. And I know why you're talking to me. Because everyone's listening.
And you're also listening.
Yeah. And I had a few bosses that said the same. One guy get fired, another guy would come in, and then he would say the thing that the other guy said, and I'd be like, wow, you guys are like cattle. Like, it's crazy how I'm like, you should mention the guys' names that are on the show. And I'm like, oh my God, the other guy said that. Everybody that listens knows exactly
meet the new
who's
boss,
here.
same as the old boss.
I just learned it's like certain people who are like programmed like that. Like they only know how to do what they're told or like what they think works.
I also understood it though. It was you play it safe, you keep your job.
That's their job.
And that's what they were doing.
That's what I learned. I was like, that's your job. But also still fuck you.
Yeah.
And you can't do shit to me.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, that was cool. Especially when you don't have like a education and stuff like that, and I could be in a room with a bunch of heavy hitters, and I'm like, no, you guys are fucking stupid, and everyone else in the room is like, he is about to get fired. I'm like, I don't think so.
Nah, probably not. Probably not.
There was a guy, there's this Spanish guy, Piolín, famous, man. Like, he was on AM radio, and he had millions of Spanish people that listened to him on free radio. And then Sirius bought him for Sirius XM. And I was like, that ain't going to work. He's like, what do you mean it's going to work? I'm like, this is paid for radio. It's a different audience. And then they gave him a crazy deal for millions of dollars. And I was jealous because I was like, wait, what? 3 million? I want that? That's bullshit. And then it didn't work. And there was this big glass room in New York City with all the fucking execs. And I was like, how's that dude doing?
Oh, wow.
And not that good, huh? I could have told you that. And I remember there were like 3 or 4 other bigger guys and like going, dude, don't say that. And I was friends with the owner. Like, he knew me. And I was like, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah.
Yep.
No, fuck you, you're fired or anything.
But also,
that's
to
the
follow
thing,
up,
they'll
eventually
admit
he
it.
did get fired.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know
Eventually.
if that really was helping.
They didn't fire me because they fired me because I'm great.
I know, I'm just kidding.
They just lost the money and they paid me too much. Also, I totally get it and I understood it. And I was like, yep, you guys are cool. I still like those guys, most of those guys.
Yep.
Most
No,
of
I
them.
left on good
Serious.
terms. I was like, thank
Yeah.
you. We had a good run.
I listened to you on the way home.
That's going to take a minute.
Yeah, no, my bosses that fired me ended up rehiring me.
Did that feel good?
Yeah, it did.
That
It
sounds-
really, really did.
Yeah.
And
At a higher price.
oh, way higher
Yeah,
price.
it's even better.
And the motherfucker who signed me first time and then signed me again was like, okay, so this is the last time, right? Like, we're not going to have to do this again, are we?
Maybe it depends on how you work.
I'm like,
with it.
hey, man, you know, 12, 13 years later, I might come back. You never know. But I'm independent now, though. And, like, yeah, it's going sweet. I own all my shit. I'm restocking my catalog, which feels good. I did a lot of great things with the catalog that I do have. And, yeah, I just love how the music game is now. Of course, you could make, like, more money, you know, off of physical sales and things like that.
Do you make it all available on streaming and social media, stuff like that?
Yep, it's all available
Yeah.
on that. And then I think even just down the road, there's going to be, like, more exclusive ways to release music and make it, you know, more valuable. But where we're at now is just kind of like, I just try to feed my fan base and just keep them entertained. And, you know, anybody new who comes along, it's like, this is how it's been and this is how it's going to be. Shit ain't never changed. It's not going to change.
Are you helping to foster other hip-hop artists coming up?
I've had a lot of different artists who I've added, you know, some green to. Yeah. Some of them like were already in the game, and then some of them are newer artists. Ty Dolla $ign, he was already around, but he was a newer name when I started working with him. We made a lot of hits together.
But are you still connected?
Yeah. I just did an interview with him yesterday. We still make music together as well. He's on my album. Juicy J, who's a Memphis legend, just a hip hop legend. We did a lot of great work together. And there's some artists now who
This is all Miles era stuff. So
Yeah.
this is how I know all this.
There's a lot of dudes.
Me too.
There's dudes now who are at a really big level who I've taken on some of their first tours. They've opened up for me. Not saying like, yo, you open for me, but it's like we always been in the same, you know, like kind of cloth, and like we come from the same class together. So sometimes it's this person's turn, sometimes it's that person's turn, but we all equally, I think, just became fucking awesome. And there's a lot of people who I was either on their record, they were on my record, we were in the studio together, or we were on this cover together, or we did this small tour together, or whatever.
What's been one of your favorite collabs?
It's always Snoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snoop is just legendary. Like, that's my favorite
So
collab.
great.
I think, like, favorite collab that I didn't expect was Maroon 5.
Wow.
Yeah, cause Adam is like he's like a cool dude. Like they're like a really cool band, and just getting in there and working with them and talking shit and getting fucked up and recording the song and then shooting the video and Adam being like, I want Wiz in the video, and then performing the song. He brought me out at like multiple big ass events with like a lot of white people that I wouldn't have been in front of, and it helped like, you know,
Do you remember
expand my fan
Were you at
base.
that Salt Lake City thing?
What, just because I'm white, you're pointing at me?
No, we were in the audience though. Maroon 5 played. Remember that, you know, that big event we used to do, like the tech event? I think you emceed it a couple times.
The one where
Salt
I
Lake
blinded
City.
a guy?
No, Salt Lake City, recent. Brought my ramp.
Oh, yeah,
cocktail party.
Yeah.
White
we
people.
brought my ramp to a cocktail party at a tech conference. For
I didn't
real.
do it on purpose.
And Maroon 5 played after we skated.
Yeah.
Like we were the opener for Maroon 5.
Yeah, that
Those
makes
guys were
sense.
super
Yeah,
cool.
they put me in front of a lot of crowds I wouldn't have been in front of.
This was mostly white people at the tech conference.
Yeah, I mean, if I was there,
I think my
that was-
American Music Award comes from working with them. Like all
Really?
that shit. Yeah. Hell yeah. So that's one of my favorite collabs too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you do a bunch of songs?
No, we just did Payphone.
Okay.
That was the only one they put me on that song. A lot of people don't even know I'm on that song, but I am.
Yeah, you got 3 American Music Awards for that.
Thank you.
Song, collaboration, and new artist.
Yes.
Actually, no, new artist is
Wow.
2011. You got that yourself.
Yeah.
That was Black and Yellow.
That
yeah.
was just me. We ran
Did you
that
go
up.
to AMAs?
Yeah, I did. It was fun
That's
as
right.
hell.
That's where I met Tupac.
AMAs was cracking. That's one of my favorite award shows. It's like rock stars there.
Yeah,
Real rock
I met Tupac
Yeah.
at AMAs.
And the AMAs is like numbers, so it's not like who's the favorite. It's like
It's
who-
not favoritism, right?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
actually who's like whooping ass.
Like who is selling.
Yeah.
Still as passionate now as you were when you started? Like when you're making an album?
I would say like I love the music as much. Like I love creating, but I'm not as like live or die for it as much as I used to be.
Do you think like back in the day it's because it was more of like, I make this work, I get to eat, I take care of my family kind of thing, and now you're like, I'm sitting on top?
I think it's because like I was dumber when I was younger. It's like skating, like you would do like crazy ass tricks that you would never do at this age right now.
Yeah, well, I wish you could.
We're still learning that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You're talking
Well,
to two
I'm
of the
still
dumbest
learning it too,
people
but
on the
I'm
planet.
trying to apply it.
Wait, what? You're supposed to not do stuff like that when you're
My
older?
girlfriend just tried to break
I
that down
swear,
to me the
yo,
other day,
like-
and I was like, what? No, I don't stop.
There's just so much shit that like I appreciate about my younger age and my younger grind, but it's just a smarter way to do it the older that I am.
Okay.
So I am as passionate about it, but it's just like I want to like
But did you feel like he was saying when you were younger? Was there a time where it was like, "This is survival. I have to make this work
Nah.
to make a living"? No,
I always just did it because I love it.
that's great.
And that's the same thing now. Like, I don't do it because I need to like have the newest, best album. I need to be the most popular. I don't need to shit on everybody and show them how cool I. That is what I wanted to do when I was young. I wanted to shit on everybody and show them how cool I was, for sure, 100%. So that part of me has died.
So
I don't
no more
want to do
diss
that.
tracks.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
Just in general, like, you know, just like showing
Yeah.
up just to shit on fools, like.
He was always nice, but I love shitting on people.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But now I'm like, hey, everybody's
It's cool.
I like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's cool. It's not my style, but
Yeah, that was
you know,
nice.
your
Wait,
Sirius
back in the
XM
day,
days were pretty
fuck
raw
no.
too.
Yeah, but that was
His
long.
Sirius XM days were pretty raw too.
Yeah. I was, you know, that's just, I think that's part of being young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little wiser, and I still feel like that, but I don't vocalize it as much.
Yeah.
So I channel it.
Yeah. I only do it when I got requests.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
But you got to stay sharp though, like, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
fuck
You
yeah.
can't be too nice.
it's in the pocket.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
He's definitely got it.
I pull it out if it's necessary.
For sure,
But
for
if
sure.
it's not necessary, then I don't do
We
it.
good. We know how to control it. We're like we know how to control our superpowers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I almost pulled my superpowers out of my pocket last night. Some people talking in the audience, and I was like, who's talking? Every comic come back, and they're like, these people just keep talking. And I was like, I'm about to change my whole set. I'm doing 10 minutes on these 4 dickheads. Mm-hmm. And then they got kicked out. And I was like, fuck. Back in the pocket.
You
Back in
forgot
the
to
pocket.
mention that you did know them.
I knew one of them,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but He bought 3 douches.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Like, man, these are my douche friends. I'm like, you shouldn't have brought them.
Have you had to stop any shows from?
Yeah,
like
I was
that?
in friggin' where was I? I was in Thailand, and I was rapping, and this dude just started throwing money at me on stage, and I was like, 1 second, I was like, it's like everybody. I love all this positive energy. I was like, bro, I need to focus on this one person real quick. I was like, I'm not a dancer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pull my titties out.
Right. Good for you, man.
It's like, keep your money, dog. Like, I was like, everybody scoop that money up, give it back to him.
Nah, I say take it.
That's his money. Yeah, you tell him take his money.
What kind of, that's disrespectful to be throwing it at you.
I was
you know?
just trying to be nice, you know. I was like, just don't throw the money at me.
Well, you
man.
really
What
do
the
keep it in your
intention
pocket.
was.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What was the
thank you.
intention?
What was the intention, do you think?
Man, to
I mean,
me,
it's
it just felt,
Thailand,
instantly,
so-
it just felt disrespectful. But I just wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, like maybe he was having a good ass time and just didn't know the difference
Yeah.
between
Right.
what
That's
was
nice.
like cool and what wasn't cool.
He was like, I'm making it rain.
But I'm also glad I did the right thing because it was somebody with a camera right here recording. So if I would have like smacked dude or anything like reckless, it would have been, you know,
I think at this point
fucking
there is
everybody hates
always
Wiz.
someone with a phone recording.
Yeah,
you can
it
be
is.
sure
But
of
I don't be thinking about that shit all the time,
Yeah.
man. Like, especially like in the moment, like you're like. It caught me off guard that even I had to watch footage of me saying that to somebody. I was like, damn, somebody was recording. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm glad I did the right thing. But yeah, it's always
It
a
feels
phone
like
out.
you would be calm and collected.
I'd be chilling, man.
Regardless, yeah.
I'd be super chilling. And if it was that serious, there's somebody else to handle it other than me.
Nice.
Like, I probably always going to be the good guy. Even if you do have to get your head bounced off or something. It's not going to be me that does it.
Man, if you need a guy,
All
this
right,
podcast is, you never know.
for sure.
I'll go to Thailand. Fuck that guy up.
No, for real. I remember what he looks like, too.
Yeah, point him out, dude. It's done.
That would be really interesting seeing you in his crew.
You
Cowboy hat.
wouldn't see it coming.
I think you fit right in, bro.
By the time
Yeah.
you saw it, it's too late.
Yep.
I just mean I'm talking about like when you guys arrive somewhere.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We look like we would hang out.
Both
for sure.
tatted.
Yeah.
We both can fight.
Both could bang.
Yeah.
You know? I'm an artist.
Oh, I wasn't doubting it.
I was on the
just
Billboard
said I would like
charts.
to see it happen. That's all I'm saying.
My music's a little bit different than yours, but
It's good.
it's music.
We shared the charts.
That's right. He's gonna
No,
laugh.
that's when worlds collide.
Yeah.
When he hears your music.
I ain't playing.
It's music.
But you actually hit a stride though. You were playing live shows and it was
Yeah,
legit.
man, we were at the Rainbow and Whiskey, and we had like a record deal.
Hell yeah.
That's how I kind of learned a little bit. Where it's like record deal, and it was a joke. My band we were joking, and because I had a radio show, I was playing it on the radio, so people got into it. It was like metal, but like joking lyrics,
Yeah.
like Tenacious D kind of
Right,
style. Like
right.
most of the lyrics were like gross and like like just stupid. And then some company was like, "Would you want a record deal?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, dude." And then the money, they take all the money, and they're like, "Well, you got to go on the road if you want to make money." I'm like, "I'm on the radio 5 days a week.
How the fuck
That's
am I
not an
gonna do
option
that?"
for me."
Yeah.
So then we quit and did our own record label and brought out 3 more albums and made like. For us, it was a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was. We were.
That's
It
how
was.
you did
Kind
it.
it was.
I was there. I
We were on
remember seeing it.
iTunes for what was it, North American Metal, because I went on the radio. I was like, vote for this shit, and then it was the whole album bumped everything off. So it was like 14 songs, and then the next song was like an Aussie song.
That's so sick.
A whole album was 1 to 14.
That's how you do it right
yeah,
there.
and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, you're an underground king.
Did you ever have anyone? Wait,
Yep.
did you get that? Isolate that audio.
Seriously. Finally, the Underground King is here.
West Coast
I'll see
Cowboy
you guys
/
later, dude.
Underground King.
Fucking done. I quit the show. I'm fucking done. Underground King has got to go. I got to go somewhere and kick ass. Finally.
Did you ever have anyone parody your songs or ask to?
Nah, not really. More like freestyles and shit. Like especially like Black and Yellow. Everybody's fucking team got a a color song for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weak.
That one
Doesn't quite fit.
Weak.
that one went crazy. No, everything else was pretty chill. I got a lot of songs that are like sports anthems, because then you got Black and Yellow, and then I made Weed and Boys, and then the Cowboys use that for when they score touchdowns.
Wow.
So I got like different songs playing in different stadiums when people
Did they
score
tell
touchdowns.
you? Did they tell you first, or did you just find out?
It kind of just like fucking built up. Like they were doing it, they were using it, they started it, and then out of nowhere, like I started seeing merch like Weed and Boys with the Cowboy. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
What's going
Were
on?
you getting paid when they'd play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't get paid off their merch
Right.
until they did cut me in on
Okay.
it. They did me a solid.
But you had to find out and then go, hey, that T-shirt, what's up? And
I think they wanted to make sure that it was working first before they paid me.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, we made a lot of money. Here's a little bit of it.
Okay.
And we're going to make a lot of money, so like...
And we'll give you more.
just give you a little bit. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, just keep giving you some.
Okay, good.
Just
I
a
love
little
how
bit.
you're so in tune with that, though. That you're, you know, that you're proactive in defending yourself.
Yeah.
Well, your
Standing up for
fans
yourself.
probably
Yeah.
notify you as well, right?
It's just people in Texas, like, they're like sticking signs in their grass that says Weed and Boys. So I'm like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
that's my song.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but there are plenty of artists that would be like, "Oh, wow, that's nice of them."
Yeah, no.
To pay honor to me.
We want to go after that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
We
That's
wanna
the
go,
attitude.
We want
I
to go
love
get
it.
that.
It is nice, but also pay me.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Fuck you, pay me.
A little bit. It's his song, man. Like, where'd you get that
Oh, I
idea?
get it. I know.
Like, from me. The end. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, Wiz, we really appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, man.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
It was awesome.
Yeah, you're. I mean, you were incredibly gifted, but also just how in tune you are with the business and
Thank you.
how to make it on your own is very impressive.
Thank you. I think we all some hustlers, man. It's like coming up in the game how we do. I know in your game, what you guys do, it's like all about like making your name and your brand. And you literally had a fucking video game with your name.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like
It changed my life.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And it's like,
but I agree in terms of advocating for yourself and
Right.
just and hustling like that. Like
Yep.
some people just aren't comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. And at some point, you got to break out of that sort of shell and just say, "This is what I'm going to do. I got to
Yep.
make the most of it."
Yep. I think it comes from all different angles, and you use your lifestyle and whatever your hustle is to branch off and use that influence on other things.
Yeah.
But the stuff that you hold close and near and dear, like that's supposed to be your baby that you just take care of forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you're doing it great. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it,
that was
man.
fun. All right. Wiz Khalifa, everyone.
Yay!
He made it.